Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Go Girl Gaming as we play The Sims 4. And today we're going to be looking at the new Get to Work expansion, which came out last week, a week ago, 7 days ago exactly, actually. And what I'm going to do is give you some of my first impressions and then take you through a day in the life of a retailer, specifically an art gallery owner, a day in the life of a doctor, and a day in the life of a scientist. Those are the three things that I'm really enjoying so far. I have tried the detective. It's okay, and I might do a video on it at another time. But right now, those are the two professions plus the retailer idea that I really like. The other thing that I would like to try is getting somebody up in the baking field and or the new baking skill and like opening up a bakery. So, but that would be for a later time. But today, again, we're going to be dealing with a person that, if you have watched any of my Sims videos, is familiar, Lena Colt, who is my artist. She has made it to level 10 in both painting and the painter's career. And I was going to do the room that you can get, but after I looked at the room, it's basically what I already have. The only thing that I did not have in that room, that they have in that room, is what you see here that I'm circling, which is the some kind of lamp. But as you can see, there's a chair involved, but it's called a lamp, and it's just another item that gives you the inspiration, an inspiration boost, and it's pretty. And so when I saw that basically I have everything in here with the exception of the flower pot, which I decided to put in my dining room, but everything else is what's already in that room. So the only difference would be like the color and a rug. They have a rug, which is just any old rug. It's basically the rug that I have in my bathroom there. And of course, they don't have this stereo here. So I was like, well, I'm not going to make room just to do a copy of the room that I already have, particularly when I have it, particularly if I put the walls up the way I already like it with tons of paintings in it and all that. But I also will briefly show you some of the upgrades that I have made to her house. One is a basically a whirlpool bathtub, a very nice shower, and the new sink, a new sink and mirror. I pretty much left the bedroom exactly the way it was. Didn't really do anything there except for the TV. I put a wall mounted TV. I upgraded her desk, computer, and chair. Did not upgrade the bookshelf. Upgraded the TV again in this room. Didn't do anything with the dining room. And of course, I gave, because she's a gourmet cook, and actually, that's her new inspiration. She made the last inspiration that she had, which had to do with being wealthy or something. And now she's on to the master shelf. She's already a level 10, and while I have her standing here, she's already a level 10 in cooking, and she's at, I think, like a level 8 in gourmet cooking, and I've started her in baking. So to go along with all that, I upgraded her refrigerator and her stove. And I've noticed that with some of the newer tunes that and the microwave too. And I've noticed with some of the newer tunes that I have, that the like the one that I did the doctor and the scientist on, that the refrigerator can really seems to make a big difference with food quality. Like, because I know at one point with I believe it was my either my doctor tune or my scientist tune, I was at like level 5, which means you can cook some good quality food, but they were talking about the ingredients. And I'm like, well, it's not like you can really select your ingredients unless you grow them. And a lot of times I would have ingredients that, were like wild mushrooms and stuff like that. So the only thing that I could think of was the issue was the fact that she didn't have a top of the line refrigerator. And when I mean top of the line, I mean very high up there, like thousands of dollars for a refrigerator. So I did that, and I don't seem to be having any more issues. So, along with giving you a day in the life, I'll be also giving some things that I've noticed and that I've experienced. I have not played a great deal because I was waiting for the expansion to come out, and I really was kind of like, it's cool, but definitely will be playing a lot more now that the expansion has come out, and it has been a lot of fun so far. So what I'm going to do is this is her off day. Again, she is a level 10 in Masters of the Real, so she only works 2 days a week, and so it's great for her to be able to do retail because, well, she has plenty of time. The way you have to do, at least from what I've experienced, the way you have to do retail is it's not where, and it's probably because you actually have to go there as opposed to like in The Sims 3 where you could drive, but you actually have to like port there, so to speak. So the way they do it is you don't have like set hours. You go to your establishment after you purchase it. And I purchased an empty lot. So there were like three. Here, I'll show you when we get here. So here we are. It's a Magnolia Promenade. And you see there are four lots here. Well, these three, the Paddywhack Emporium, the Road Steed, and the JF&S Clothiers, they were already here, and you could purchase, I believe you could purchase Paddywhack and the Road Steed. I'm not sure if you could purchase the Clothier. I just don't remember. But I chose the empty lot because I wanted mine to be done in a certain way, and it was easy to do. So here we are in her preeminent domain, and we're going to travel there as soon as it lets me. And so I built it. The other thing that I've noticed as far as opening your own business is you need to have some money. So, because you have to buy your lot, and then you have to stock it. So this is not a poor person's endeavor. So either use a cheat code or make sure that your sim is very well off. Like I would say for a well-stocked store, plus building it, or even if you buy one of the pre-built ones, I'd say at least 100,000. Now for her, it was more expensive than it could have been because for the sake of expediency, plus I did not want to take down all of her paintings and put them in here. As you can see, she still had plenty of paintings in her own home. Well, that was decor, and I didn't want to lose all that. So what I did instead was I painted quite a few, and you will see hers like this whole section here, all these on this wall, all these on this wall, and on the reverse side here. Oh, that one got sold. Okay, did not catch that one. And a couple here were the ones that she painted, and then I substituted ones from the Sims build/buy mode for ones. And then what I do now is as she sells, and she sold quite a bit the last time, although I'll get to that in a minute. As she sells, I replace them with her own. Now, the other thing that I've noticed about The Sims 4 that is different, very different than The Sims 3, with The Sims 3, you could suspend time for a particular tune by doing saves and stuff. I have not experienced that in The Sims 4. Time keeps on a ticking for your sim. So as you can see, there are a lot of empty spaces here, which will give me the opportunity to show you a couple things. But when the last time I was here, because I've been playing on other tunes, every spot was filled. But that is not the case now because, well, time keeps marching on. And the other thing is like this item here. This is some spoiled pastry that somebody left. That was not there. So things have been going on while I was playing other tunes. The other thing that I noticed is in her relationships. Now, if you can go back and look the last video that I did, She did not know these many people, and she most certainly didn't have this many friends, and she was not lovebirds with anybody. So all this has gone on in my absence. So, so yeah, it's definitely more like real life, but at the same time, I kind of like the feature of in The Sims 3 of being able to basically freeze time, so to speak, for any particular Sims with relation to what I wanted to accomplish with them. But hey, it's cool. I've also been working at the handy crafting station, and that's where these items come from. None of them have sold yet, but hey, they're there because I wanted to do a little bit more with regard to painting. Now, upstairs, and this is one of the things that I wish they would do. I wish they would have an employee only door. I have shut off this area because this is where the cash register is, and I built it in such a way that only employees are supposed to go up here. She goes up here, for example, and I'm going to bring her up here, well, now, so that she can paint here before she opens the store. Or what I've noticed is that it actually sometimes takes about an hour for people to start showing up, including her employee. So I will have her. What is the problem? That was really weird. Oh yeah, that was okay. This is really weird. All right, yeah, you've seen it here first. The other thing that I've noticed about the Get to Work expansion is that it's buggy, as you can see. It's a church buggy. I have had a crash, one crash, and other oddities like this occur with the Get to Work, and I had not had a single crash on the base game. So they definitely still have a few bugs to work out in the game as my tune paints the air. Okay, so that distracted me. And so of course I lost my train of thought. So I'm gonna pause while I get it back. Okay, so while she is continuing to paint the air, momentarily I'm going to. Did she finish? Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is show you a couple things, but I'm going to have her open the store. And you do that through your cash register. What's odd about the, oh, well, while I'm at it, let me show you the cash register. So it's through you manage just about everything through your cash register. So, like for example, set store prices. I have her set on a normal markup, as you can see there, grayed out, of 25%. You can do, clearance 5%, 15%, exorbitant 100, pricey 50. So you have some choices there on what your markup. My markup has worked quite well at normal, and I'm fine with that. You can also set your employee uniforms. I designed one for mine, and I'll show when my employee comes in, I'll show that to you because it is not the default. And then once you design it, you assign it. And I'm not going to click on it, but when you click on design uniforms, you go into a sort of kind of create a sim mode, but instead of a sim, you get a mannequin. Um, Purchase advertising, I have not done. Managing employees, well, we're not going to do that. That's where you hire them. And I've already hired one. The one odd thing I found about managing employees is that they'll show you, you have three things that you select your employee on. One is their work ethic, one is maintenance, so cleaning and if necessary, fixing, and the third one is their salesmanship. Now, when you first start out, they all make the same thing, even though they don't have the same skill set. So I got my employee had equal amounts and compared to the others, high amounts of all three of those. And they do improve over time as well. So it was like, well, if I'm going to pay everybody the same price, then I want I want the most bang for my buck. So that's how I did that. I'm going to open the store in a minute. You can, of course, sell the store, toggle for sale tag, which I'm not going to do, and then transfer your retail funds. And that's where you transfer back and forth. You can also do that down here where my finger is, and it says transfer retail funds. And you can do it back and forth. You can transfer funds from the store to your personal and from your personal to your store. And when you first open your store, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to transfer from your personal to the store, which is why I said you need to have money in order to do this. So bear that in mind. So I'm going to tell her to open the store because it is going to take a minute. I also put some music. I put classical music because it's an art gallery, and that's how I view art galleries. So, and then I am going to replace. What do we want to replace? One of these. So as you can see now, the store is open. Tells me, of course, I haven't sold anything yet, and this goes by the day. Also, you have these perk points which allow you, here I might as well go in there, to do things that will help you improve your store. One of which is to add additional employees. I'm not going to do that right now, and I couldn't do it if I wanted to because I only have 160 points as opposed to the 350 that you need. You can have a total of 3 employees total. You can also, of course, fire your current employee and hire another one. You can promote them, demote them, berate them. I read somewhere that it's a good idea to berate your employees when they're actually slacking off, but I have not found that to be the case, so whatever. And then there's other things, as you can see here. I haven't done any of these yet, but I did at least want to show you some of the list of things. So there are a lot of things that you can do with your perk points. And as you can see, your first additional employee and your second additional employee and how much they cost. Faster checkouts. Now that is definitely something I am going to be gunning for, probably even more so than an additional employee, because what I've noticed is that you have to be here for your store. So it's you and your employees. So you already have 2. While I'm here, I'm going to clean this up. And then I'm going to have her, I don't want anything over there. See, it's a medium painting. I'll put it over here. The other thing with these is that you actually have to remove them. You either remove it or you restock it. And I'm just going to remove it because I'm going to replace it with the painting I just made in her inventory. And you will see after a while, notice that there are no like hours, because basically you open it when you feel like opening it and you close it when you feel like closing it. So I could technically close it right now. Of course, and there's my employee. So once you, of course, you click on it, you get a bunch of different choices on your own, but of course the choice I want is set for sale, and it will automatically sell at the cost predetermined by The Sims the game and the 25% markup. Now this is my employee, and that is the uniform that I chose for her. All of it, the shirt, the pants, the shoes, all of it. Now she is going to schmooze with potential customers, and I am not going to so much. I am basically just going to kind of keep an eye on things, because one of the things that I found that is a scooch annoying is how long it takes to ring people up. And your employee has a, how shall I put it, a delay. And I don't know if that is by design or what, but there is a definite delay between when your employee notices that somebody wants to be rung up and when they actually jump into action, so to speak. And you only have a certain amount of time to sell before the person gets